Have you ever heard of a fish that eats crocodiles for breakfast? No? How about a little fish whose bite can kill you within minutes? Also no? Then this video is definitely for you. Today, I'll tell you about the most deadly sea creatures. Enjoy watching. Let's start by talking about a creature that eats crocodiles with such ease that it seems like a fantasy. It still lives in African waters, and locals call it the Mbenga.
I got you, homie!
Catching this predator is the pinnacle of fishing skill. Every day, dozens of fishermen try to capture it, but only the strongest and most experienced succeed. Why is it so rarely caught? It's all about its size. A 15-kilogram fish with incredible strength can break free at any moment and even snap the line. It's armed with 32 sharp teeth, each at least an inch long. Sometimes you'll come across abnormally large specimens that send chills down your spine just by looking at them. But more often, you'll find typical ones that swallow their prey whole, or if it doesn't fit, carefully tear it into pieces. Interestingly, the tigerfish can also attack birds. In one study, over the course of 15 days, several of these toothy predators ate about 300 swallows. With such a thirst for killing, it's no wonder even crocodiles fall victim to them. Moreover, this fish can survive in almost any conditions.
Let's go!
A lack of oxygen in the water doesn't stop it. It simply breathes air from the surface. Dried up rivers aren't a problem either. The tigerfish can crawl on land and hide in shelters. Now let's talk about the most venomous fish in the world, which was recently caught on video. At first glance, it seems quite peaceful, but looks can be deceiving.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Its deadly venom pierces any defense and paralyzes its victim within seconds. This fish is the stonefish. Its body is covered in sharp spines, and it can grow up to 12 inches long and weigh around 4 pounds. This dangerous fish lives on the seafloor, preferring hidden spots among reefs, seaweed, and rocks. It got its name from the wart-like growths that conceal its venom glands. When touched, these glands cause intense pain, swelling, and in some cases, paralysis. A stonefish sting isn't just painful, it may require immediate hospitalization. Despite its danger, the stonefish is hunted, its spines are used to make souvenirs, and it's part of the diet of sharks and moray eels. But honestly, I find it hard to imagine anyone brave enough to attack such a creature. Its alternative name, stonefish, comes from its ability to camouflage itself. It's nearly impossible to spot among colorful reefs. It simply lies in wait, ready to strike. A shrimp, a small fish, or a squid, all gone in one swift motion. If an enemy fails to escape, they'll get a sting from the spines and feel excruciating pain immediately.
It's payback time.
By the way, if someone accidentally steps on a stonefish, it's crucial to heat the affected area and apply a tourniquet. This helps slow the venom's effect and buys time until reaching the hospital. The Irukandji jellyfish is a tiny yet extremely dangerous sea creature found in the waters of the Pacific and Indian Oceans.
Come on now, dawg.
Its name comes from the Irukandji people, who live along the coasts of Australia and New Guinea. At first glance, it may seem harmless because of its small size. Its bell measures at most 1 inch, and its tentacles can stretch up to 3 feet. However, the danger lies not in its appearance, but in its deadly venom. The toxin it releases when it stings can cause symptoms known as Irukandji syndrome. This includes unbearable pain, muscle paralysis, convulsions, nausea, and even potential heart failure. Unlike other jellyfish stings, Irukandji venom acts gradually. In the first few minutes, you might feel slight burning and minor swelling on the skin. But about 30 minutes later, the real effects begin. intense pain, dizziness, breathing problems, and confusion. What makes this jellyfish even more dangerous is its tiny size, making it almost impossible to spot in the water. It's nearly transparent, so swimmers don't see it until it's too late. The Irukandji jellyfish feeds on phytoplankton and zooplankton, but its accidental attacks on humans are unfortunately not uncommon. To protect yourself from its sting, it's essential to be extremely cautious and avoid swimming in areas where it's known to inhabit.
Ha! Gay!
Despite its minuscule size, this creature can turn your life upside down in just a matter of seconds. The alligator snapping turtle is a true living relic, one of the most dangerous and impressive of its kind.
What?
This giant can reach up to 1.5 meters in length and weigh over 120 pounds. Its massive size makes it one of the largest freshwater turtles in the world. But its appearance isn't the only thing that inspires awe. Its enormous head with a powerful beak and its fearsome shell, which resembles a knight's armor, make it a formidable underwater predator. The alligator snapping turtle's bite is so strong that it can easily split a whole pineapple in half. And its grip is so powerful that even crocodiles prefer to stay away. These turtles don't seek conflict, but rather lie in wait for their prey. Most of the time, they bury themselves in the mud at the bottom of a body of water, waiting for an unsuspecting victim to swim by. Their beak can easily tear apart a fish or bird that comes too close. The alligator snapping turtle doesn't need to surface for air frequently, thanks to a unique anatomical feature. It can absorb oxygen through a special pocket in its cloaca, allowing it to stay hidden in ambush for hours.
You serious?
Despite their fearsome reputation, alligator snapping turtles suffer from evolutionary drawbacks. They can't retract their heads into their shells like many other turtles, and they move very slowly. This makes them more vulnerable on land, but in the water, they remain nearly unbeatable predators. Even without these typical defense mechanisms, their strength and aggression make them one of the most dangerous turtles, feared by all but the bravest souls. Now imagine one of the darkest creatures of the ocean, Ediacanthus, often called the black dragonfish.
Oh!
This deep-sea dweller hides in the endless darkness of the Atlantic, Pacific, and Indian Oceans. At depths ranging from 2,500 to 2,000 feet where sunlight never reaches. Though its length doesn't exceed 1.5 feet, the sight of this creature is terrifying. Its body is covered in thick black scales, and its eyes gleam in the dark as if capable of destroying anyone who dares to challenge this ancient being. But the most frightening feature is its mouth, full of sharp, curved teeth, ready to grab and tear apart its prey. Amazingly, this predator, despite its modest size, resembles something sinister, as if straight from the pages of ancient myths. What's even more fascinating is that male Ediacanthus are incredibly small, only about 2 inches long. They don't eat and live solely to fulfill their one mission, reproduction. Afterward, they die. The females, on the other hand, are much larger and more active. During the day, they hide in the depths, but at night, they come out to hunt, rising to the water's surface. Their body and mouth can stretch, allowing them to swallow relatively large prey.
Get out of here.
Moreover, Ediacanthus has been around for over 300 million years, making it a living witness to evolution and a fascinating subject of scientific research. This unique creature helps scientists better understand how animals have adapted to deep-sea life over millions of years. Now let's meet another deep-sea dweller, the anglerfish, often called the sea devil. Unlike the small Ediacanthus, this underwater monster can grow up to 5 feet long. One of the most terrifying features of its body is its enormous mouth, lined with long, sharp, inward-curving teeth that allow it to hold onto its prey with no chance of escape. This predator looks like a formless mass with various protrusions, one of which is especially important. It's a natural fishing rod that plays a key role in its survival. This rod is actually a glowing appendage that the anglerfish uses to hunt. The secret of its glow lies in a symbiosis with bioluminescent bacteria that live inside the anglerfish's body. These microorganisms create the light that attracts other sea creatures. The anglerfish controls this glow and turns on its lamp only when it's ready to hunt. Blinded by the light, fish and other creatures swim right into the predator's mouth, unaware that it's their last journey. The anglerfish's mouth and stomach, like those of Adiacanthus, can stretch, allowing it to swallow prey much larger than itself. However, this strategy has its downsides. If the fish swallows prey that's too big, it may not be able to release it, sometimes leading to the predator's death.
I don't think you have the facilities for that, big man.
As for the males, they play a very different role in this species. They are incredibly tiny, no more than an inch long, and once they attach themselves to a female, they literally fuse with her body, disappearing forever. Next, let me introduce you to the blue-ringed octopus. This miniature predator, no more than 10 inches in size, may seem harmless at first glance. Its body is adorned with bright blue and black rings that only appear during moments of stress or threat.
I'm here to tell you right now.
Despite its cute appearance, it hides a deadly force that makes it one of the most venomous creatures on the planet. The blue-ringed octopus lives in the coastal waters of the Pacific and Indian Oceans, especially near the shores of Australia and Japan. Its diet mainly consists of small crustaceans and fish. But when the little guy feels threatened, it can release one of the most powerful toxins in nature, tetrodotoxin. This toxin blocks nerve impulses, causing rapid muscle paralysis, which can lead to respiratory failure and death. The most terrifying aspect of this venom is its incredible potency. Even one bite from the blue-ringed octopus can kill an adult human in just a few minutes. There is no known antidote for tetrodotoxin, and the victim remains fully aware of what's happening, but is completely paralyzed, unable to move or breathe. It's worth noting that this octopus is not aggressive. It only attacks in response to a threat, such as when someone accidentally steps on it or tries to pick it up. Its small size and bright appearance make it especially dangerous. People often don't realize they're facing a deadly creature, which can lead to tragic consequences. Its venom is so powerful that just a few drops could kill over 20 people.
And I've decided that I want to die.
Fortunately, encounters with this octopus are rare. So, if you happen to be near this sea creature, it's best to admire it from a distance, avoiding any risk to your life. Lastly, I want to introduce you to a very unusual creature. What do you think this is? An eel or a snake? No, this is one of the most amazing inhabitants of freshwater, the Japanese giant salamander.
We don't do that here.
It's one of the largest amphibians on the planet, first described by scientists back in the 1820s in Japan. This salamander can reach impressive sizes, up to 50 inches in length and weigh up to 70 pounds. In some parts of Japan, its meat is even considered a delicacy, and there are specialized farms where these animals are bred. But don't think this is an easy process. Giant salamanders are very demanding when it comes to their habitat. These ancient creatures can only live in cool, flowing water from mountain rivers, where they dig deep burrows along the banks or hide under large stones. Nature has given them flat heads and bodies, allowing them to perfectly hide in narrow spaces and effectively hunt from ambush. The salamander prefers a secretive lifestyle, watching its prey from the shadows. However, their eyesight leaves much to be desired. Their widely spaced eyes are poorly adapted for hunting, so their primary tool for finding prey is their excellent sense of smell. These salamanders hunt small fish, frogs, crustaceans, insects, and other amphibians. They move slowly along the riverbed, sniffing or waiting for their prey, and capture it with a row of sharp, small teeth, which do their job well. Interestingly, the Japanese giant salamander has an incredibly slow metabolism, allowing it to go without food for extended periods. These creatures can survive for several weeks or even months eating almost nothing. This feature makes them true masters of patience. Moreover, giant salamanders can live up to 80 years, making them some of the longest living amphibians.
You're broke!
Despite their slow nature, these salamanders remain very active predators in their ecosystems, playing an important role in maintaining the ecological balance of mountain rivers. Wow, these underwater creatures are truly impressive, but not as impressive as the salaries of our staff. We're looking for script writers, voice actors, editors, and creative producers for our videos. Interested? Then click the link in the description and apply. Thanks for watching.